Hey folks, my name is Max Wolf. I'm a senior backend engineer on the analyze stage. I want to run through what I've done so far in terms of converting YAML dashboard definitions into usable GraphQL API endpoints and the bit in between. So as we've agreed, we're going to have a .GitLab folder called product analytics/dashboards. And within each of those, we can have our own dashboard. Inside each of those files should be folder should be a single file with the same name.yaml and then the definition file itself. I know we've not agreed the exact schema yet, but I think at this point I'm assuming that these three attributes will exist, as well as some sort of array of widgets of some kind. So you can see we've got another one here as well called North Star. And the end point we want to get to is you want to be able to make a query like this for a particular project as a developer or hire, output all the dashboards, their information, their widgets, and eventually their figures as well. I've not got quite that far yet. So if we run that query, for example, you can see that I've now got two in there. I've also added the ability to filter by slug, where slug is the file name essentially. So in this case, North Star will then filter by a particular one for pulling out a single dashboard. That's awesome. So how does it work? So it's treated very similarly to every other model in the application, except that it isn't backed by a record, it's backed by YAML files instead. So let's start at that level. So within EE models, product analytics, and we've got the two new classes, dashboard and widget. So project now we have this method called self.forProject. So you can say project.forProject, pass it in a project, and it will look for all of the files in there, check whether the correct file exists, and then convert that into one of these objects. It'll also pre-populate all the widgets as well. The logic for doing so is in here. So definitely check the code out if you're interested in how that works. Once we've got that information, you can then see we've now created some new GraphQL types. So far I've got dashboard type and widget type. There's nothing particularly exciting going on here. Delegated the ability to see a dashboard to its project developer access, so developers or above. What else is there to cover? That's about it so far. One thing that I'm going to have to see as time goes on is how well this scales, because at the moment almost every request is going to hit Gitly quite regularly. The resolver's aware of that, but again, it could cause troubles in the future. Anyway, that's where we are so far. Yeah, let me know if there's any questions.